Don't you love that when you're going into your pockets of your jackets? What's in there? We have to, so as I was saying, but I had my headphones on, I forget. So what has to happen is that we've been going over all these things that have been going on with me and the court case and the various levels of abuses that have gone on from my birth, and people trading me back and forth as if I'm some sort of, owned property by people that I don't even fucking know. Don't even know these fucking people. Everybody knows what's happened, and you can go back to my videos. But we need separate investigators to go through all of the laws that have been broken as a human right, as a foundation of what we're going to have ready and have steady for the children that have been trafficked. We can't get out of what's been done. I'm going to be looking at every single law that has been broken, as I've been fighting for my rights for years and years, and nobody's done anything. And people have been doing these things just because they've had the money and they've had the elitism and they've had the power to do so, and they had no right to keep following me, no right to look into me for, no right to keep doing what they've been doing, and I'm sitting on the side of the street. There's none of these rights within the human rights, the constitutional right. So many laws have been broken, and I want to make sure that we are having the right investigative team to make sure that we're looking into all of the laws that have over 17 criminal laws have been broken. Didn't give anybody access, there was no permissions, there was no signatures, there's no discussions. So why is it that everybody and their dog had their supposed rights to look into me and stalk me and spy and then use my money and take my money whatever way they wanted? These have to be answered. There's many children that have been trafficked. We're going to have the same follow-up on their rights that have been taken from families. They've been taken from families. They've had people use them and abuse them and change their names and give them false records, just as they've done me, so that these people in these rings do not have to take accountability. You're going to take accountability. You had no right to use my life as a pawn in your fucking games for however many long. 50 years? All of these has to be answered. The human rights alone. Human rights just on my case, on the number of things, and I can run off all the things that have been done. Financial laws, privacy laws, technology laws. The finance and technology laws are huge. The banks will have to be liable. The banks will get sued. The banks and the information between, if it was an insurance company, involved, the insurance company and the bank will be sued. They're not meant to open and share files. Neither is the government to financial banks. You're not allowed to open any files between customers, clientele. It's right on the financial statements. I was in the bank for 13 years. I know exactly what those statements say. You cannot sell information back and forth to any third party on any level, in any way. It's against the Financial Institutions Act. It has to stay within the bank. So these people have... the systems have been run by absolute baboons. Because of their status and because of their elitism, and these Masons and Eastern Stars doing whatever the fuck they want in whatever system they want, and they're paying people back and forth, and however they choose to do business, they will bring fraud, and they will break the laws no matter what way they can. I will be pressing charges, and I am going to absolutely. I have the background. It will be seen how many of these laws have been broken over and over and over and over again. All of these laws broken over and over again. And so, how is that okay? What about the children that are not yet even heard from yet? These have to be substantiated. We have to have an outline. How many and what rings and what human rights laws do they break? And we're going to have to make sure that these children have rights to their original birth information. Still don't have any of my birth information, but everybody and their dog corrupt cults and corrupt covens and all the witches and warlocks in between, you thought it was your right to continue to follow me and bully me because you have issues. So who are the people that were inciting it? That's what I'd like to know. Who are the people that were directing and inciting the Calgary cult? This has to be answered. I want the information. I want these people. I want their names. I want their names and I want their addresses. You don't have to give me their addresses, just give me their names. I want the people at the very top that have been screwing with me since the day I was born. There's money that is in the collective that is mine, and I want it. It doesn't belong to any of you, and none of you had any rights to break all the laws, just so that your plans and your schemes can get moving, so that you can all do what you want to do. You can't do that. I have my rights, and you broke all the laws, all of them. Abuse of power, abuse of information, abuse of technology, abuse of every financials law. That's just to begin with. My privacy rights. It's all been broken. I want answers. Interpol investigations needs to be involved in this, obviously, because there were these businesses at the very top was the shadow government and the investigation units that they hire. Who and what's decision was it to follow me around like I'm some sort of like what the fuck? Seriously, people. Everything's gonna get ripped up. Everything will be looked at. I will not leave a stone unturned. And there will be charges pressed. And I'm not signing no NDA. I'm gonna keep talking about this because the children are also a part of it. How much of my life has been ruined while I'm sitting on the street while you are all figuring out what you're gonna do. How are you gonna make it right? There shouldn't be any time taken about how you're gonna make it right. Make it fucking right. You know what you did wrong, so now make it right. You doing more crimes and you waiting and hanging on and waiting and hanging on. It's just pissing me off. Time is being delayed. And the people that I can't get to because I'm not out there, can't get to my book, I can't get to all the list of things that I really want to do. You know, I do have a plan, right? Like you all know that, right? Like I've got a big plan with Mother Father. Got a big plan. Because if I sit around picking my ass. But you all have enough time to sit and watch me 24/7, don't you? That's just a carbon copy. Stuff I gotta do, stuff I wanna do, stuff I gotta create. But my life is put on hold because of everybody else. People I don't even know are trying to make it right. How's that okay? Do you see what I'm saying? So put all of you in my shoes. Your life is put on hold. You cannot do anything or go anywhere because you don't have money. You don't have any ID cards. You have no passport to go anywhere. What do? You're on the street. What do? I want everybody to ask these questions.
I don't know.
How many times were you sold in the black web? You couldn't do anything. How many times are you married to somebody you don't even know? How many people knew about your financial records? You didn't even know these people, and they're using your money. Millions of dollars were spent to take me out of my money, and I'm on the street. Everybody's gonna get sued. They're getting their asses sued. The banks are getting their asses sued. The cops are getting their asses sued. So many corrupt cops, as Father said. At least 6 police will be charged. At least 6 police will be charged, and they will be arrested. 6. I'm just one that survived. There's many women and there's many children that have been trafficked. They didn't survive. I survived.
Every teacher who's talking about you should be a teacher.
People wouldn't have survived this. I want the monies in my account. And those that know and those that are at the top, you have my wiring, you have my information. Every day that you delay is every day that I'm going to get pissed and I'm going to start ripping stuff up. And my ancestors aren't going to stop on the karma until I'm restored. I haven't received a thing from anybody. I've never signed anything. I've never said anything. I've never had any discussions with anybody for using my information, using my banking information, using my life. Nobody has had any rights on anything that is mine. Nobody. I talked to nobody. My ex and I have been estranged for 8 years. And he is delusional. He needs an assessment. Anybody in these cults, they're not well. They all need to be assessed. They're all mentally imbalanced. And the police sat around, knew it, and watched and did nothing. I mean, it's not rocket science to know something's going on in your town. Who is the one that said, what are we going to do with all these murders? You people know these shit's happening. What are you going to do? You sit there and just wait till the numbers pile up, and then what? What are you going to dump them in the river? Dump them in the ocean, like you have been doing? And so what happens? The water's poisoned because these people are diseased. And so the water we're drinking is actually poisoned. This is what Spirit brought to me 2 years ago, and I brought that video out. That's what I was initiated on, that very thing. If I was in power, what would I do? What would be the steps that I would take on this issue? And I brought that video out and I told everybody. And I passed that initiation unblemished. I did exactly what I was going to do. And I told the city, and I told all of you, if it were me in power, this is what I would do. Disease control. Step by step by step. And I put it in a video. And I passed. Because that's what's going on. Passing disease and nobody knows. Nobody cares. I told all of you. And so what happens to the bodies of these people they don't want to know?
We'll see what happens. And they have impulse issues.
I was told and I was shown they're getting dumped in water. What does that do to the water? Especially in a place like Calgary.
So, see how that goes. Yeah, work has been very relaxed so far.
They haven't even probably approached these issues.
So, I want everyone to like it. And most of the people.
Again, leadership doesn't care. They're all corrupt.
Yeah, everyone gets back tomorrow, so we'll see what tomorrow looks like.
Return what's mine. I want my birth records and I want my money.
I might get sent somewhere else.
And everybody's going to stay out of my fucking field and my energy field, and you're going to stop sending people after me. You're going to stop fucking investigating me.
Participants choose like meals out of like for like what I'm with Nancy meal cards.
The ones that need to be investigated are everybody that's been involved, the Calgary cult and everybody right up to the shadow government, US and Canada. You've done a lot of shitty ass things and nobody's made it right. I deserve justice. Everyone's getting sued. Multiple life sentences. I want maximum sentencing, not just a slap on the hand, because you all knew what was going on and you didn't do anything about it. This has been years and years and years and years and years. Insane. We have human rights for a reason. There's spiritual rights for a reason. There's spiritual laws for a reason. There's universal laws for a reason. All of them have been broken. I've been given absolutely nothing. So this is where everybody has to level up and everybody has to do the right fucking thing. I want the monies put back in my account yesterday, and I want statements of what's been taken. I want everything. I want all the information. And the longer you wait, the more pissed I am, and the more I'm going to rip things up and everybody's getting charged. I'm not playing nice anymore. I want everybody charged. I don't care what part you had to play in it. I don't care. And my case will be known all over the world. It'll be a starting point for other cases for trafficking. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for all your help and assistance. Thank you to my teams. Thank you to the federations for protecting me. Thank you to my teams, and thank you to the ones that have been. So my third eye got activated.
And I'm like, that's really great. I'm like, I know you're
Did I tell you? I went to see and we saw like inclusive factor, like
How do you process these things? Can't even process it. Every day I wake up, it's a different shit. It's a different pile of shit I have to process.
Actually, it showed a picture of a lift. Like, because it showed a wheelchair person, like the picture for a wheelchair person, and then like a upside down car that looked like a lift. I didn't go in to check, but I've never actually seen a public bathroom that advertises. Nice question. Do they have lifts?
Nobody has a right to buy and sell you. Nobody had a right to touch my money when I was born. Nobody had a right to touch my life when I was born. No, nobody. I don't care who the fucking people are at the top. I don't care who the fucking Eastern Stars are. What does that make you?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, because you're so delusional on your ranking, your false ranking. That's where it started. It started from the people that gave birth to me. And the people fucking around with the fabricated birth documents. That's where it started. The lies began then. You're liable. And I'm going to go down the line on every single lie since then and everybody that's been involved. Everything. Every dollar that's traded hands. I want an account for every fucking dollar that's traded hands on my life. Because there's going to be lots of books written about me. And I ain't gonna shut up. I ain't gonna silence. I ain't signing no NDA.
Were they on a wheelchair?
You had over 3 years to come forward, and you still haven't. It's going on 4 years now, 4.5 years. And you want me to sign an NDA? Because now you think that now I'm not going to die. Right? Your sacrifices aren't going to work. So now you know I'm going to stay alive. And now you want me to sign an NDA to benefit you. Well, I haven't received a dime. No. Everything's going to be known. Maybe you should have thought about that. The 800th time you did a ritual and sacrifice on me and kept me from my fucking money while you paid criminals in a basket case satanic cult. Well, they're all delusional. Calgary police, I'm suing you. I'm suing the city. I'm suing everybody. Human rights are a thing. Perhaps we understand them. Perhaps we follow them. Common sense, do unto others. How about we heal? Let's talk about healing now. Same message. Good night, dear lighted ones. Protect your human rights. Speak out about it. Anytime you see or know of anything, speak out about it. Source is giving you a blessing of this life. Protect your life. It's worth something. These people treat it like it's nothing. And you're getting your asses sued. Maximum sentencing. And thanks for making sure that all of you that have done these things for years and years and years, not one of you have said an apology. You ruined somebody's life. The cement, that's where I sleep. That's where I sleep. That's where I sleep. See? Watch. Right there. See that?
I haven't actually got a response back from the So the one thing that I figured they emailed me saying that
So while you're sitting in your hotty-totty little homes and you're stretching out your legs in a bed, that's where I sleep for a year and a half. The rest of the time I was in the back of my car, and then my car got towed away, which all of you were a part of, sabotaging me left, right, and fucking center. You fucking Masons and your fucking slow dagger fuck shit. You're getting your asses sued for human rights violations beyond what you can know, because I'm not your only victim. I ain't your only victim. And I'm going to pull all your victims up. I'm going to pull everybody that's been sacrificed in this North American continent. And I'm going to give them what they deserve. I'm going to give them their voices back. Because none of you had any rights to touch them and talk. You had no rights to even speak their names. None of you. I don't give a fuck what your little cults or coven were. This is how we do it here. This is what we do in our cult and coven. We take people out when we're feeling it. People threaten us, or they have nice hair, or they say something. No. I don't give a fuck what happens at your fucking cult or coven. It's illegal as fucking why you do everything in silence. All the satanic fuck shit that's going on all over the world, I'm calling it. I'm going to go cult to cult, coven to coven if I have to. And these people are going to get their resting space, and they're going to get their last voice. They're going to get their last words. They didn't deserve people doing voodoo hoodoo on them and making them weak, making their fields weak, and ganging up on them vibrationally, because nobody's teaching anybody how to protect themselves. So the Masons always have a stay. The Masons always have their place at the fucking top, right? That's why you silenced me for so long. Because you knew that I had power. I was born with power. And you all tried to suck the fucking life out of me. Every single one of you getting your asses sued. We're not family. We ain't friends. I'm coming after you. And God made sure you went to every last length to make sure you hire every practitioner and every voodooist, because there's transactions for everything. There's transactions for every clickety-click on YouTube for silencing me for so long. How smart are you now, Eastern Stars, Western Stars, Illuminati, Anunnaki, Walkies? How smart are you now? Cowards, you haven't faced me. Masons, and get your hands out of people's back pockets and get out there and do something right.
Parents are always going good way to be whenever I'm actually driving.
Masons.
But it's because, I'll remind them of simple things, like...
What do they have to say for themselves, Spirit? What do these Masons have to say for themselves? Yeah. Do you want to hear what Spirit said?
It's the new drivers.
You want to hear what Spirit just showed me?
We're not necessarily better drivers, we just know all the tiny nitpicky stuff.
Well, yeah, because you have to actually care about it.
Yeah, you have to care about it to pass the test.
Yeah.
They're making
With my Nana, I have to do a lot, and she does actually.
fucking cowards.
It's like I had to remind her, she was going 15 or 4, I'm like, man, you need to slow down now.
They're making arrangements.
You're like, you're over the 10 kilometer
They're pivoting. They're pivoting and alter course. They're making arrangements. They're going on retirement.
Inside the mirror and saw the tire was like on the living too close. Yeah, she was.
Why aren't the Masons and why aren't the Eastern Stars? Why aren't all these people helping out solve the case? Why aren't all these people? No, they're gonna hit the road. That's your fucking leaders. The first sign of trouble, the first sign their asses are getting pulled up. What do? They pull out all their money, they pull out all their overseas accounts, and they're going on holiday and they're never coming back. Fucking cowards.
Don't say you didn't. I wouldn't watch it, but you didn't do anything that needed commenting. Because then you were also a new driver, so you were on top of it.
Some of them will stay and sort it out.
Make sure you don't.
50 years of my life wasted. Just like that.
It's not like I'm being.
You're not malicious. You're just kind of.
50 fucking years.
Way, I think. You said like got your signal out.
Especially as they find it. That's the real question. Is perhaps.
Do you want to know how cold it was sleeping outside in December?
The way you're speaking, you're trying to find more quality to do
Does anybody care? Do you know what it's like to sleep outside and then be away from my kids at the same time?
Be like, hey, I've noticed XYZ is not being done.
When you worry every day if you're going to have enough money for like a $2 pack of noodles? Because that's all you can afford if you get anything.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I reacted to some sort of.
Maximum fucking sentencing. Nothing's going to get missed. I'm ripping up every fucking stone. I don't care if the evidence has been destroyed or not.
Drive home from work. Not like
You're all forgiven, but I'm going to make this right for everybody that didn't survive. You don't give a fuck, but I do. Because I know what it's like to live on the fucking street after being suppressed by dumbasses like the fucking Masons and these people that are doing systematic abuse. Systematic abuse to make you think as if you're crazy and you're all the money. And you're the one that's actually speaking truth because you know what the fuck is going on. While these assholes sitting on their asses and their smelly white bellies. What are you doing? Yeah. Illusions, illusions, illusions. Lies, lies, lies. And where are all you sitting in your packs of lies? Human rights abuse, financial systems abuse, abuse of power, abuse of the constitutional rights. You don't give a fuck. And here you stand and you speak in a microphone. And you want the people to trust you. Your positions are now ending.
My dad is not.
Your positions are over.
Second, like if the sunscreen will last 5 minutes,
He's
it's
burnt.
burnt. Yeah.
He's burnt.
It's immediate.
All of you just kept testing me and testing me and testing me.
And he's the one that likes that.
Throw more tests. Throw more voodoo. Gang up on her. What about the MK Ultra? Trying to erase her memory. She's not dying. She's not dying. What are we going to do with these murders popping off left, right, and center? Because the magic's going back now. Now what? Now what? Now what? As we told you 2 years, 3 years ago. You're going to be facing your worst nightmare, Masons. All the fuck shit that you've been doing is coming right back to you, and you're going to see a whole bunch of people dropping over. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Who are you going to blame it on now? It's your backfire of all your shit. Decades of shit that you've been putting on people. Oh, those are the dead ones. Those are the dead ones that are saying it's coming back on you now, assholes. Now what? You think you're going to run off? Gaia knows where you are. And you're not protected by your ancestors because you've done nothing right to make it right for anybody else that you've taken out. And you've hurt and you've harmed and you've suffocated their finances. And you've made people believe that they're crazy or that they're a bad mother because you've put absolute false lies into court, actual paper where people are stamped about a record.
Interview questions? I answered that, so I was mentioning that.
You've involved innocent people.
Mom asked how many.
This is how disgusting it's gotten. And the city and the police did nothing. Why? Because they were being paid to shut up.
And like I mentioned,
So now I'm going to be the voice of every other person that you fucked over. Because God's looking after me, I'm going to look after them. Every child, every person, every woman you have raped, and every woman you have ignored, every police report that you have ignored, I'm on it. And I will ask for it every day, and I will bring names, and I will bring things that have been done to these people. And when nobody cared and nobody did anything, I will be that voice.
say my parents.
All of you.
Well, fine, but they don't usually investigate.
My parents.
Fucking corruption. This is where humanity has allowed these people to fucking be, these fucking Masons and secret society bullshit.
It seems normal
Warlocks and witches.
to us.
Yeah, I just found out funny. I'm like, oh.
There are universal laws. Everybody is governed by universal laws. Doesn't matter if you're in a church or a cult or covenant. I've already said that. Little tiny boxes that people sit within. You're still governed by universal laws, the highest law, and the higher spiritual order. You're all governed by the same thing. You're all governed by the same thing. And you think because you belong to a cult or coven and you all do magic that they're going to have your back? They're not going to have your back. They will scapegoat you as soon as they can. Nobody in that cult will have your back, and you've already seen it. You're governed by universal laws, the right use of free will and non-interference. All of you have broken that law because all of you do magic. And it will be proven. Magic is intentional. You have to intend magic. It's not something that just comes out of you. No, you actually intend it, and you chant, and you get together, and you pay each other. And you go to the forest, and you sit on rocks. So anytime you're ready to heal and actually use right knowledge, and spiritual right knowledge, and spiritual higher order, and follow actual alchemic laws, right? Alchemy. Instead of just being paid willy-nilly because you want the fast results. Because you're all going the cheap way. That's what Masons do. Hire a bunch of minions, go the cheap way because we're Masons. We've never been challenged before until now. Every Eastern Star and every Mason, you know you've done crime and you know you've taken people out illegally. You have a lot of bodies on your edge. And they're going to talk through me. And you ain't touching me and you all know it. Anytime you throw a spell at me, anytime you do anything to me or anybody I'm connected with, you will get immediate karma times 10. And my ancestors, oh boy. My ancestors getting real good at sending it back. And they've been given absolute authority because God gave all you 3.5 years. And nobody did a thing. You all laughed and you all spit in God's face. So where are you now, Masons? Eastern Stars? Where's your badge now? Tomfuckery. This planet will have better leaders. And this garden will be fixed and this garden will be cleaned. And the children will be able to walk freely. And they won't be sold and they won't be trafficked. And the waters will be cleaned. That's my word. I am leaving this planet until every child is liberated and these waters are clean. That's my promise to Gaia. Grow up, people. My God, get healed. Evolution, it's a real fucking thing. And where's your soul now? Where's your soul now by doing your dumbass deeds for a little bit of money? Perhaps you don't sell your soul, perhaps you actually get healed, and perhaps you actually do the work. Do the work, because evolution is a real thing, and you're either going to go one of two ways. You're going to go to hell, or you're going to move up to eternal earth. What do you want? You follow any Mason or any dumbass secret society that's doing shit like this, you're going to go to jail and I'll get you. I'll call everybody out. Because your spirits that are people you've taken out, they're calling me now. And I'm going to make sure I speak for every one of them. That gets you nervous, doesn't it? Because there was about 13 people including my name, and just in Calgary. You're fucking with people's lives like you think you own it, and you think you're all this and you're all that. None of you are. You're all delusion and you're all sick. You need to be assessed. Dumbass fucking cults. You're not ranked on any level, and stop fucking with people's lives. There are universal laws and you're fucking with them. You're going to get karma. Period, point fucking blank. We are spiritual beings, not religious beings. Grow up. Get healed. Stop messing with people's lives. If you're messing with people's lives, you have no idea who you are. You're insecure. You probably have no sense of self, because if you did have a sense of self, you wouldn't be messing with anybody. If you were aligned with your higher self, you wouldn't be messing with anybody's lives. You wouldn't be messing with anybody's lives, because your life is important. So how about you get healed and start off with a higher frequency? Stop messing with people's lives. You don't have any right. Nobody, government, FBI or CIA, you don't have a right to put me on any list and follow me around. None of you do. None of you have even spoken with me. And yet these criminals are walking around creating more crime. Where's the justice? It'll all be proven in court. Everybody's getting sued. No more secret society BS. No more Mason BS. No more black magic BS. Stop the fucking magic. Get healed, people. It's not necessary. I've shown you 80 ways to Sunday. It's not necessary. It'll be shown in court. And I'm pulling every law out. It'll be seen for what it is. My story will be known. For every person that's not made it, I'm going to be that voice. They deserve their stories and they deserve their destinies to be heard. Amen. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm signing out. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Namaste.